Hello, everybody. I actually just cleared out the entire chat. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's get on over here. Yes, that's right. We're gonna do just a quick playthrough of Mario 64. Very small playthrough of Mario 64. Let's see how long this takes. I'm gonna try to do this legit and see how long it takes. I know you were all like, I just wish Dan would play Mario 64. He never plays Mario 64, and I just wish you would. So that's what I'm here to bring to you, the people. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, this means I'm gonna have to clear one of these 120 save files, so we're clearing the first one. Okay, there we go. Anyway, let's get to it, you know? We just need to get 70 stars, legit, and try to get actually good stars instead of 120ing it, which is fun for a while.
Yes, but what specifically is being ordered?
Thank you, Satin Log, for the sub. How's it going? See, 4 of these at 120 is making me... Well, by the end of it, one of these won't be at 120. In fact, it already isn't, and that's how it will remain. One of the nicest features of the Retro Sync 4K is that I can set the N64 optimized profile to the #1. All I had to do was boot the damn thing, hit the #1, and it looks great, and we're good to go. Fantastic. Anyways, how's everyone's day going? Yeah, more Mario. Someday I'll figure this out. Some speedrunner somewhere needs to, like, teach me, because it clearly all the online videos in the world cannot help. Anyways, how's everyone's day going? I just thought I would start mine with a really, really quick playthrough of Mario 64. You know, like usual. I have to wonder, if you're trying to be, like, super fast, I'm not even sure going up here and killing the dude, that still has to be fast, right? That's fast enough to be one of the 70 stars you get on a legit playthrough. That has to be fast, yeah. French people are winning today. Why is that? Thank you, Darker Turbo, for the sub. Oh, that's rough, Nocturne. Pokemon Z got announced. Oh yeah, did it? Is that legit? That's actually great news. That's actually great news if real. They should have done that forever ago. Cool. Oh, Legend Z? Yeah, that's Not sure how I feel about that. I need to look up info on that. Pokemon ZA? No sight of HD Hex Maniac. I bet the internet has opinions on that. Well, that's good, Nocturne. Glad you don't feel too rough. I don't know if I've ever told the story, but when I fell ill with the illness similar to COVID, which is what I keep calling it because I don't want to say I came down with COVID without getting tested positive, even though it was exactly when COVID started and it was fucking unbelievably rough. That's actually when I really fell into watching Thor High Heels videos. So imagine I'm just sweating and ill and fucking awful feeling for a damn near week watching Thor High Heels videos like the Metal Gear Solid one on loop. And that was early 2020 for me. And then I became a forever patron. So. The platonic idea of COVID. Yippee! ZA is coming to Nintendo Switch systems. I don't know. I feel like haven't they used that phrasing in the past just because they have 3 different SKUs technically? It's not a 2024 title? Ah, okay, so maybe that is. Okay, Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like they've used that phrasing in the past before. You know what would be a cool mod for Mario 64? One that fixes the lighting so that way it doesn't... And like, that's a very N64-centric lighting solution they're using here. But when you turn the camera, a single plane can get darker and brighter because the math for the brightness is done based on where the camera angle is. I mean, yes. Yes, literally ray tracing would improve it. That's, yeah, what if? Could you imagine? Life-changing. Life-changing. Man, it's so crazy to be doing this at a decent hour. Look at all these people here. This is crazy. I never thought we would do a lunchtime stream and get this many people. And by lunchtime, I mean morning time for me. My sleep schedule has seemingly permanently fixed itself at wake up at noon, stay up till 2:30 a.m. thereabout. We'll see if this keeps up. Nailed it. What's Mario like, but in ray trace? I got one more cake star there. You know, I bet compared to a lot of things, 8 red coins probably isn't that bad here either. It just feels deranged to be like, I'm getting 70 stars, let's get an 8 red coins one. Yeah, some of these levels though. Oh, that's funny. Now that I think about it, every single time I do 100 coins here, I never, like, run a circle around this peg. Okay. Your ass looks very nice, Lomp. Thank you. Chain chomp. Enemy whose name ends with omp. Yeah, Rise and Mario 64 gamers. How we doing on minutes versus stars? Okay, 7 minutes, 4 stars. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in and get. We're gonna do 8 red coins. I feel like almost every star here, other than the 100 coin, is pretty fast in the grand scheme of things. We're gonna see. It depends on how much I ace this. Oh, thank you everyone for the hype train. Or as people might call it, a scam train, but I'll say it's legit. Dan, you don't even have the wing cap. What are you doing? Would you believe I've beaten this game as many times as I have, and I still am only guessing that this is Cool Cool Mountain? Yeah, okay. Dan thinks this game is alright. He thinks it's okay. He might even say it is possibly the best N64 game, even if Metacritic disagrees. Oh no. Whoop! I'm trying to remember what Metacritic said the best N64 game was. Wait a minute. Where did the penguin go in that jump? Okay, we're going for a different star now. We don't have time to waste on that. Yeah, it's got to be Perfect Dark or Ocarina of Time. I assume it was Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time at 99? Yeah, that makes sense. Ocarina of Time, legit, one of the best reviewed games of all time. Sure is a shame that every modern game has to compete with a fucking masterpiece that was made when technology still progressed at absurd speeds. To beat Ocarina of Time. Sorry, 1 second. I got a lot of phlegm in my throat. You know, having just woken up. Imagine that $1,000 Xbox had a mega game that Microsoft was already full speed development on. And they spent like, I don't know, 10 years making it, and they had a concrete vision for what it was and an insane amount of money going into it at all times. That's what would be what was necessary. But they would also need to, like, make a studio full of, like, the best game developers ever. So this thing's fucking impossible. I don't think we're ever getting near beating Ocarina of Time. That's just legit not happening. On Metacritic, I'm not a boomer who's like, no video game will ever be as good as Ocarina of Time. That's some other gaming boomers take.
Here we go.
That's true. The landscape of game journalism and reviews has gotten a lot less homogenous. So, you know, there will just be some people who come out who will be like, I hate this game, even if it is like the Citizen Kane of gaming. You ever watch Citizen Kane? You ever do that? Really changes how you think about that phrase, the Citizen Kane of gaming. I would love to look to see who subscribed, but I would hate to die on this in my casual but quick playthrough of Mario 64. Thank you, Zero Mario. No, I don't hate Citizen Kane. I just think it's supremely overrated in a modern context. And at the time, I'm going to be honest, I think it was a lot of industry insider people, a lot of people who are like really into the idea of dunking this man with an entire movie, which is great. Like that notion is fantastic. And a lot of other people who loved Orson Welles, you know. I think that's just a perfect storm for a movie to become supremely overrated. Yeah, I'm already looking at the PS5 Pro, and I'm like, I was talking to Bob the other day, and I'm like, do you think there's a chance the PS5 Pro does a 3DS where it comes out, and then they go, oh shit, there is no demand for this, cut the price. Because, yeah, like, what the proposition there is absurd. This is already, like, the most performant consoles in history. Citizen Kane is an industry plant. That's not how that phrase works, but alright. Oh wow, we're almost getting to a 7th done. Yeah, I think the generic number Sony handed out was like 1 in every 5 PS4s was a Pro. You know, I didn't think about, like, what am I actually doing here stars-wise? The head isn't there. I have to get 8 red coins in order to get the head. Really, I just want 100 coins, but, you know. Hey, Skyfire. We didn't lower the price and it didn't sell as well as we were hoping. What could have possibly caused this? Well, did you notice when you did something different historically and then it didn't do as historically it should have? What if you did that thing you historically did, huh? It's funny, there are some people in the industry who actually believe that Sony can't cut the price on the PS5. Like, oh man. Unbelievable. Oh, okay, let me know, Spiff, if you remember some of the pro tips for beating Mario 64. I know you've probably definitely beaten Mario 64 recently, and it's not just memories from 10 years ago that are patently wrong that you're going to abuse us all with verbally. 10, 20 years ago. Yeah, this, As it turns out, when you RGB mod an N64 and get a really good upscaler, it can look pretty good. This manages to actually look better than our Let's Play from 11 years ago. Somebody check the math on that. Oh, one sec. Let's make sure this pops up somewhere sane.
Here we go.
Yep, good job, Dan. You nailed it. Well, let's get the one red coin that's piss easy. That'll make up for lost time, right? What if you turned around, though? Yeah, even if they aren't, like, let's entertain for a moment, okay, that they aren't getting a profit, which is very unlikely, but let's pretend. If that is the case, then hey, they can do this radical thing that companies used to do called taking a loss leader position. Huh? They make their money back on the motherfucking millions of copies of games they make? I see fucking people, like, I think it was a Sony financial thing. They're like, their margins aren't good enough. And I'm like, they already have PlayStation Plus, a product that prints money. I was like, I can't jump, otherwise I might hit that star. Leave me alone! I don't have your baby! They're already selling crazy amounts of copies of game like Spider-Man. And you're complaining the margins aren't good enough. Go fuck yourself. And they're like, oh, we gotta fix this. And I'm like, I'm gonna fix you, gun cocking sound. But yeah, that's absurd. These things should sell at a loss. That is the entire conceit, you dumbasses. The entire conceit of console hardware is that you're supposed to sell me an amazing piece of hardware at a loss, and then you make all the money from the games and the online subscription that shouldn't exist if we lived in a just world. That's the covenant. You're breaking the covenant. You're breaking the console gamer covenant. I agree, Bacon. Okay, we're done with you. Actually, no. No, we're not. I can't believe I 100% of this level. That can't be optimal. And yet. Hey, Dan. But, like, what if you did the correct thing instead of the wrong thing? Hey, Dan. What if you did the correct thing instead of the wrong thing? Yeah, the only way I will have completely fucked this up is if I step a foot in TikTok clock. There's only one star worth getting in TikTok clock. And that's the 8 red coins one. Yeah, isn't that crazy? You're not making as much money as when humanity was trapped in their fucking homes. Tragic. Clearly, Sony should engineer a new disease and let it loose on the population. That's a rational fucking thought. Just wait. Someday investors are going to say some shit like that. Because it's literally as insane as that one Capcom investor who's like, hey, we noticed you make a lot of money when Street Fighter 2 was in arcades. Could you do that again? Yeah, I saw them firing 900 people, and my patience is up with the fucking industry. It is up. Dan, what? See, I've about had it with the game industry, just like I've about had it with my playthrough here. Like, really, Sonny? You're hurting for money that bad? You needed to fire 900 motherfucking people? It's okay. People don't make product. Studio name here make product. And that'll probably be important for me to get some Cake Easy Star at some point, right? Yeah, that's insane. All of that is insane. Yeah, the 8 red coins in the wing cap used to get me as a kid. Like, I used to have some severe difficulty with that. I'm stumped. How do you release so many good games again? Well, we realized that people make games and not Studio Name here makes games. So we kept the people around and they kept making the good games. Hey, Microsoft, why are you struggling to make good games? Well, we can't let anyone work on our games for more than 18 months ever. Which this is real. They have a contractor rule where you can only work on a Microsoft game at any of their studios for 18 months. And then they have to take 6 months off. So if we had a proper industry for game journalism, they would just be blowing up Microsoft every fucking day for the bad games that are caused by them not wanting to hire people! Anyways, hi Marco. How's it going? That's so insane for Microsoft. It's so Silicon Valley of them. Nice. I'll take it. When I finally start doing that on my playthroughs... Oh, it got so much better. Hey, Morgan. You would set that shit up because you want to never pay benefits and also feel like you're... Microsoft is a fuckboy. That's what it is. Microsoft is a fuckboy, okay? They're afraid of commitment. Because commitment doesn't leave them liquid, right? Commitment makes them locked into anything ever, and Silicon Valley companies specialize at all being fuckboys. I still think back on the fucking Big Thing comment where someone's like, why did they say the Western game industry is burning down? It's like, every fucking week, hundreds of people fired on successful studios with successful games. And that's the ones that can ship a fucking game. So many of these, like, we should have had a Dragon Age in the last 10 years. Where the fuck is that? Remember what is it, the 3 Bs? Like, I'm not saying they were ever, like, exceptional. I've never thought those 3 Bs were, like, actually stellar studios for me because of my taste, but... Clearly, they used to make a thing people liked, and now? Hey, at least Blizzard shipped the game. It's better than the other Bs. I guess Bethesda also shipped the game. And while most people fucking hated Starfield, at least Seahorse enjoyed Starfield. Some human I know enjoyed Starfield. That's anything. BioWare? Fucking nothing. Salted goddamn Earth. God damn it. That camera during that star is the worst. I want to waste the time. But yeah, this industry's getting embarrassing. Aggro Starfield segments were some of my favorite parts of the game of the year. Oh, they were strong. I genuinely thank him for going through that game, like for playing that game. That meant so much to us. You know, I feel like when Aggro came onto the podcast network, there could have been people who were like, I don't know that he's gonna, like, have a commitment because he had barely any time to know that he was going to be on Game of the Year last year. And by last year, I mean really 2022's Game of the Year. So there were probably people who were cynical and just not sure about his contribution to the podcast network. Now, I've never seen this voiced, I don't think. But I think it's very clear from his contributions to 2023's Game of the Year that absolutely he brings something completely unique and important. It's okay, I play important games too, he says, playing Mario 64 for the 3rd time in a single fucking week. Imagine camera, but good. Wow. So the trick is you want to do it wide enough so you can actually see your shadow, so you can... Oh, I missed so barely. Oh, rip me. We should just leave. We should just go. There are 54 other stars we can find elsewhere that are better than this. There are no super fast stars in here. But there are faster stars than exist elsewhere in the castle.
You were right to do it.
Bob's in Niceville. Actually, he's on his way back up for anyone who's curious. We get to watch Bleach tonight. And I hope, you know what? This is the first stream I get to talk about it. I hope everyone enjoyed Nintendo Quest. I hope every person who sees that in their fucking podcast feed plays that video. That is the single most important cursed content in a decade. Since before cursed content. That is the exact fucking thing cursed content was made for. Excited to watch it tonight. Great. Having everyone stab me immediately afterwards. Look, if they're going to be a part of a series called Cursed Content, they should know. They should know which N64 game is the most expensive and thus the most important to you, Dan. I actually don't know what the most, like, because stadium events and Nintendo World Championship are obviously the NES ones, but for the N64? That segment made me almost... Okay, I'm sure Aggo's okay with me burying this here in this fucking stream. I wish he was here for it though. We can point to it in the VOD. Feel free to feel free, people who are watching this. Let me just okay, to just put this in the timestamps of the VOD so that way he can see your reactions. So we were in the pod. So if you recall in the opening, okay, of the review, Aggro says something Chris says something along the lines of, I can already see what this movie's gonna be. It's gonna be 10 minutes in and in and out of him being like, I've never been to an in and out before. And I'm listening to him say that, and I'm like, oh, Chris, that is so much better than this movie. That's like the ideal version of this movie, sadly. So anyways, afterwards, Chris in the podcast Discord is just like, yeah, this is, by the way, this is only going to make sense to anyone who's seen Nintendo Quest. If you have not seen Nintendo Quest, this will not make sense, but this is a very contextual joke based on that. Anyway, so, Chris says in the, you know, that would be the ideal version. I'm like, I know, and it was so painful hearing you say that and just thinking that. Anyways, then Aggro did this edit. So, 10 minutes after Jay hit his first in and out. That's how it would have gone in the movie, because the movie is a fucking nightmare. So anyways, we're deleting that. We're moving on from this. Nintendo Quest is such a nightmare, and the people who made it are clearly insane. By the way, there is an uncut, longer version of Nintendo Quest called The Real Nintendo Quest that is 14 videos long. And if you go and watch that, okay, you can see there are segments where Jay wants to talk about NES games. And then the director just, you're not haggling your friends enough for the free video games. You need to haggle them more. This isn't enough. You didn't do enough. And I'm like, he's literally trying to talk about an NES game. The thing every human who watched this is like, man, he should tell stories about how he likes these games and like show that he gives a single shit or has any connection. And the director literally interrupts him sentence to sentence and cuts all of it from the film, him being like, no, listen, you need to haggle better. And this was after he just got games for free. He was like, you should have haggled them for Archon. Archon's one of the more rare games. Why are you? So it's fucking insane. Like, the guy who's making the film is interrupting him doing the thing the film should be. Absolutely insane. Hey, Artsy, say, how's it going? So anyways, the videos range from 20 minutes to 40 minutes. Yeah, it's on Tubi. I don't really watch Tubi, so I don't have a frame of reference for like how many commercials they cut into their stuff, but yeah, what a movie, right? A real quest. Anyways, yeah, for anyone who's curious, I just didn't want to name Vox in the review, so that way there's a legit threat the director may name search and may find our review and may get really upset. And I assume he has friends in real life. He doesn't have that many viewers, but I assume he has friends in real life that he could rally to just start a shitty campaign against us because he made a bad movie. And he's a miserable person. Anyway, so I didn't want to name Vox because absolute nightmare possibilities. Me doing a review of Nintendo Quest gets a hate mob going after Vox. But yeah, Vox's watch party she had of the film is how I found it. And I was like, oh, this needs to be on cursed content. This is perfect. It's so gamerly and so nightmare. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. I can't wait for N64 Quest, where I know neither of these motherfuckers care about the N64. There's like such a small possibility either gives a remote shit about the N64. A friend had me a dot watch it and was like, Dan needs to know. This is correct. That is the correct assessment. This game is slightly louder than I want it. Yeah, no, 64 Quest is in development. It is, they're filming it. Sick dude was DMing you. Did you, Pat, ever see this? Oh, that's funny as hell. I don't know that any other star here makes any real sense because of how slow swimming is. Oh God, could you imagine? Could you imagine, Spiv? No! Nightmare. No, N64 isn't a... It's 64 Quest. N64 Quest is not a joke. I think it's really funny because now people are just going to find Quest 64 if they ever try to search for the film. Sort of searchability concerns you would know in advance if you cared about the N64. By the way, I found out through watching some of the early promotional material, I guess the movie was originally going to be called The NES Club. I think they're going for like, you know, it's an exclusive club of people who have all the NES games. And then I don't know at what point, and that's there are still traces of that in the film. You know, no, not like a breakfast club, but more like, you know, the actual meaning of what is it, Mile High Club, even though a different meaning took over for that. The idea is that you're a part of an elite. But anyway, yeah, the whole clubhouse they had as kids. Yeah, but yeah, they literally were gonna call it NES Club to make it like, oh, he's gonna join an elite group of people who own all the NES games. And there are traces of that in the film. You can actually see the scene where he calls Josh Jones in Florida and he says, hey, this is Jay from the NES Club. And I went, what the fuck's the... Like, the first 2 times I watched the film, I thought they were like, oh, so they met through an online message board, and I guess that thing was lamely enough called the NES Club. That's so dumb. But no, like, apparently, and there's, like, art they put, like, they made... So if you watch the film, there's a fake NES cartridge design they have. Oh, man. I could do this properly. It's not hard. But now that I know that trick, it's kind of fun to do that version. Anyways, where they edit an NES box to be like Nintendo Quest, and it's the purple borders like it's a Capcom game, and it sits in the corner a lot of the time next to the how many days are left and bar big. Anyway, there is a version of an edited NES box art that is for NES Club in some of the early promotional material. So, yeah, they were gonna do that and then just didn't. Because I guess someone said, yeah, but that doesn't make, like, no one wants to be like, look at this rich dude buy his way to being an elite. And I'm like, yeah, that sure is what the movie kind of was. That kind of makes more sense as a title. You painting it as an adventure with holistic merit is, holistic and spiritual merit is the real questionable thing here. Oh, man, I am not on my game. That is perfect. That is the most wrong throw I could literally do. It was perfectly in between the 2 bombs. Oh, it's about getting every NES game, which, yeah, I understand the confusion there. I have also thought about how Nintendo Quest should not have been called that. It also shouldn't be called the most unofficial, unauthorized Nintendo documentary. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense as the title. And the padding he put in of all those educational segments just makes the thing worse. But they get to say Tommy Tallarico's in the movie. And Todd Rogers and Walter Day. I still think a funny thing they do is check out the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's true, Vox. Like, that absolutely is worth doing. Because, yeah, they did it again with toys. They did Nintendo Quest again, but with toys. So you can just, like... You could go watch what is the same movie made by the same people, but for toys. Yeah, the classic NES game, DDR. What an insane anecdote. What an insane pile of anecdotes. What an insane movie. What a random hodgepodge mess of a film. Okay, Dan, don't fuck up the jump. You usually don't, but, you know. Ba-da-da-da-ba-da-ba. What's this guy's job normally? I assume a normal... You talking about the filmmaker? I assume a normal fucking job. Like, just imagine any like, service industry job. Less trauma dumping being interrupted by... And that's why game collecting is epic cool. One of my favorite things about the Clone High... later seasons is that Confucius is rich, and there's so many jokes based on the fact Confucius is rich. He's like, my parents are rich, which means I'm rich. And all I can think about is like, yeah, that's Jay from that movie. You wonder how he's rich, and I'm like, I think his parents are just somehow rich. I don't know how else, or parent. Because it makes no sense. That's a shitload of money. Hey, Stoika. I literally don't know what that man's job could be normally, because he makes it sound like he worked retail. Like there's one or... I can't remember if that's in the normal cut of Nintendo Quest or the real Nintendo Quest, but he makes it sound like he works a sort of retail job at some point. It's like, I don't... Yeah, he's a manager, you think? I watched the thing 3 fucking times, and even I'm like, did they imply he's a manager? I really enjoyed getting to watch it again with Spiff, but we're just listening to the commentary track. It's really weird, you know, being a very small unknown indie film. That means, of course, IMDb is just full of the people who made the film came in here and just wrote directly to IMDb trivia. So, one of the things they said is the producer didn't want to show how much having a quarter bottle of whiskey helped. It certainly did. The producer didn't want to distract people with money, so that's why they never show it. And I'm like, sure. That totally worked, bro. No one watches that film and goes, holy shit, dude. Like, and it would be funny if they had said something along the lines of, like, so it would age better, because that would make sense. Because some of those games they did list the price for in the real Nintendo Quest have tripled in value since. Oh, nice. Oh, no. The legend almost became real. Come here. Damn it. Well, they should have blown well over $10,000. Tripled in value because of assholes like Jay. You don't know that. You don't know that. This will make sense to do as a star if I don't fuck up on the rooftop and fall off. We'll see how that goes in reality, though. Can you tell I really like this video game? Like, my execution's bad because, you know, my execution's bad, period. Oh, that's funny as shit. Sadly, it feels like talking about scalpers and the inflation. Oh, no, the exact thing I didn't want to have happen! Turns out that's always relevant. Sadly. It's okay. Technically, I can try this twice and it'd still be faster as a star than a lot of stars in this game. That the documentary seemed like a real guy's will to do this instead of going to therapy moment. It's so true. It's so fucking true. I mean, it wouldn't have that vibe nearly as strong if he didn't tell the deranged stories he did. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this horrible, horrible film. Honestly, there was a part of me that was like, I should put a thing at the beginning of the commentary that lets people know not to be dipshits and harangue this person. Because, like I would like to believe people are smart enough to realize the value of what we do with cursed content isn't to, like, highlight or showcase people to make fun of and bully. It is to watch a terrible thing and laugh at it. And also explore why it's terrible. You know, God, is it terrible? Shifty Sandland. Some easy stars, some fucking annoying stars. But yeah, the exact game he was talking about was Archon in the real Nintendo Quest before the director cut him off. And I actually really like Archon. He also tried to talk about Swords and Serpents a little bit, but Archon was the one he got cut off on. And yeah, it was deeply frustrating. Archon's a really cool game. I own that on DOS. I picked it up at a yard sale, not knowing what it was. And then I installed it, and I was like, oh my god, this game's sick. And this was like in the aughts, I believe, that I came across Archon for the first time. Archon is the only way you'll play chess? Really? Bob and I have played chess before on stream. It was very cool. So technically there are 2 or 3 easy stars if I just do this. It's funny because I'm like, this is a quick playthrough for me, but that's not like quick in the grand scheme of like speed running or anything. And I don't know, I kind of don't want to know. Because I'm sure quick on the speed run is like, and you have to do this thing really well execution-wise. And I'm not gonna get there. Whew. There we go. Most of us aren't Mario 64 speedrunners. The fact you're phrasing it like that means some of you are. There needs to be higher stakes. Oh, hello, suspicious user. Thanks, Spiff. Plush Mayhem, how's it going? Something happened there. Let's get to the other side. Well, Spiff, if it does something for you, just know I have had an energy drink. I didn't have any coffee, but I did have an energy drink in ice. It's going suspiciously. Uh-oh. Now Bob's gonna enter the review segment and go, I think Plush Mayhem killed their father. Too suspiciously good. Nintendo Quest is a real brain spider I never want to think about again. But for this week, I'll deal with it. Plush Mayhem, did you watch Nintendo Quest? I'm curious. No. No, I'm not talking to you, Toad. I'm saying Plush Mayhem. Maybe you heard the shh and you thought Tosh. Okay, well. Do I come across as someone who would have... you come across as someone within proximity of Oxandra. Dangerously close. And this ride takes a while. Whoop. Hello. Goodbye. Right hand opens up first, so I'm standing next to the wrong hand. Well, I guess that is his right hand. I would like to thank Cameron for shoving himself into a wall up there instead of getting anywhere near where I needed him to be. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, no. Nyan has the tiny little fangs. Tosh gave Nyan very, very small fangs. There's a lot of detail in this. I like it a lot. Did you know? Did you know Tosh does good art? Don't let her know. Let you know. She's somewhat tolerant of people knowing, but she's not tolerant of people letting her know that they know. That is the one thing Tosh is completely intolerant of in this world. Thank you. Well, that didn't go as planned. I may have botched this a little. That's okay. think the teleporter's here. Does that remove my cap? I think that's a thing in Mario 64. It is a thing in Mario 64. Would you look at that? I don't often throw on a wing cap and try to teleport, but I certainly just did that. Okay, so... Oh, man, I didn't get the red coin at the beginning. Man, I'm watching this all sorts of ways. And by at the beginning, I meant this one. I don't mean this one. I already knew about this one. And that was fine because the red coin star's right there. Like, that's not important. It's really just the absolute beginning area one that I missed. So after something like 3 months of living in this house, I finally got like shelving to put groceries on, and that was pretty cool. Because Tosh is short. She's 4'8" for anyone who is unaware. So as it turns out, you really don't want to use like cabinets and stuff with really high shelves for shit. Because she can't quite reach it. You're gonna miss the grocery counter? Well, if it makes you feel better, there's still a couple things on grocery countertop. That's true, she's shorter than Rukia. That is still, every time a fictional character is shorter than Tosh, I go, really? The only one that I was like, absolutely, is Rachel Alucard from Guilty Gear. Actually, no, wait. Which one's taller? Fuck. I don't actually remember anymore. Fuck. I don't wanna. Yeah, Narmaya is like the most like, what the hell? She's shorter than Krillin. Rachel Alucard is taller than Tosh. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I really don't buy that. I don't buy that Rachel Alucard is 1 inch taller than Tosh. Then again, I'm also the guy where every time I see pictures of us standing next to each other, I'm like, holy shit, you are short. Like, from my perspective, it doesn't seem that extreme. Blaze Blue, did I say Guilty Gear? Sorry.
Here we go.
At least Tosh is taller than Charlotta. God, I would hope. Yeah, Narmaya being shorter than... Narmaya being taller than Tosh is some real bullshit. Or, wait. My brain is flipping these because I'm trying to do this at the same time. Yeah, she's Tosh height or smaller, right? Narmaya. Pat is only 5'1", but that I can believe. That still puts him as taller than... Yeah, see, 5 inches shorter than Tosh. That's what you want me to buy with Narmaya. Even Tosh doesn't buy that. Tosh famously known for knowing how tall Tosh is.
Here we go.
5 inches shorter. Yeah, that's absolute horseshit. There's no fucking way. That don't make any fucking sense. Oh yeah, people were able to reverse engineer from how tall his child is, how tall he is. Are you serious? Is that really? How tall are you anyway, Dan? 5'8"? Is this a legit question? Do I look like a fitness YouTuber to you? No, Pat's doctor told him? Excuse me, what?
Here we go.
I'll let chat guess how tall I am. I feel like these stars have to be faster than a lot of them that exist. Uh-huh, sure thing, Spiff. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oops. I didn't quite get the butt stomp out in time. But for anyone who didn't see it, Game Bun actually sent us a Tails orb in the P.O. box. It's our first package that showed up to the P.O. box. It's pretty cool. Look at how fast these stars go. Sure is helpful when you don't do 100 coins here, huh? I'm 6 foot. The fun part was growing up in a number, like, before the meme existed, okay? The number of people who are like, I'm 6 foot tall, and I would look down to them and be like, This is so constant. This must be why the meme exists for sure. Oh, Dan. Oh, Dan. Oh, hey. I wonder if I wasn't dead if I could have grabbed that. I wonder if there's a way to nail that jump. Anyway, this respawns me in here, so it's really not that much of a time loss. Unless, you know, I do it again. Unless I kill myself again. You know what? Sure, let's just do this one, because there's no quick way to do this one. You have to just run the course. As far as I know, there's no way to do a cool long jump from the other one and get here. But maybe. Maybe that's a thing. I'm sure someone out there is going to be like, this isn't the shorter GigaBoots streams because you guys streamed this event at E3 and then you went offline because the next stream wasn't until later that day. And I'm like, that doesn't count. It doesn't count. That's news coverage. The one time I did try to play Helldivers, the servers did break. Actually, no, I've played it a couple times in the last week, but the servers did break the main time I actually... I was trying to show Spiff and Bob the game, just so they could get a little bit more, or Bob at very least could get a little bit more context and stuff. The funny thing is, since matchmaking didn't work, he saw me just valiantly try some challenging, which is 4-star difficulty stuff, by myself. Which gave it a real vibe of, you really have to have co-op in order to do this. And it's like, no, I really have to have changed the difficulty because the mission type is more difficult than other mission types. Xbox Smart Delivery stream? I mean, that was just me showing the thing not working and screaming. Shortest GigaBoots stream with an understood context that it involves me beating a game. I am treating myself to only doing stars that I think would be feasible and feasibly quick. We got like 33 more to go, so gotta keep it going. Also, I'm sort of getting, you know, better at certain things like this trick. The sorter's doing a lot of work in that sentence. Okay, Dan. Okay, Dan. Can I just do it here? No, I can't do it there because it's, oh, too close to the wall. Okay, let's go. Yeah, Helldivers is really cool. First try, yeah. I did do that first try on the 120 star stream, and that was surprising. At least I think I did that on the first try. Either that or I had a remarkably easier time than I anticipated, which is kind of emotionally like first try. Now, this is a newer trick, right? Like, for me. I didn't know you could do this for the longest time, so I really haven't had that much practice, but it's a really great trick for not running all the way down to Hazy Maze Cave. Like, the cave, the eponymous Hazy Maze Cave. Booty, booty, booty. probably let up on that noise gate. Probably, I don't know. Tosha's about to make a food. He made some rice. I don't know what's going with that rice. Bimbop? Kimbab. Oh, okay. That's cool. Da-da-da-da-ba-da-bop.
Here we go!
So yeah, maybe we leave that noise gate where it is. Is that Korean? Yes. But she's making it. So clearly it's Filipino now.
Let's go!
This is what it is. I know what it is. Good. Yeah, kimbap's good. See, I do that other one first, even though this is the cake easy one.
Here we go!
31 to go. There's the Nessie one. We will definitely not be getting 100 coins or red coins.
Let's go!
There's the metal cap, which I'll probably want for some other easy thing. Yeah, those wall kicks do work. Wall kicks are legit. I am really worried about N64 quests. I know I do, like, we talked plenty about Nintendo quests, but I am genuinely worried N64 quest, as someone who has a deep affinity for and extreme familiarity of the N64 library, is going to kill me. Watching that is going to kill me. Because they will clearly care way less about that even than they did the NES. Okay, Kogashi. Take it easy. Oh, you care more? That's dangerous. I would like to think because of the fewer games on the N64, there's a deeper familiarity with, like, that, you know? Oh, yeah, no, they've already done some filming for N64 quest. I'm talking about Mario 64 while Chris, Bob, and Aggro throw rocks at you and... What, for Big Think Dimension, or just during the commentary for that?
Let's go!
Or the movie's gonna be like, Mario 64 is a really important game, and everyone's gonna be like, no shit. Yeah, no, they're making another. And that's the thing, like, we referenced it a little bit in the review and stuff. They already did make another for toys. They did that very recently. Like, in the last 3 years, they made yet another one of those, but it's for toys. And the bulletproof armor they give themselves, and I mentioned this in the commentary, is that at the end, they auction it for charity. I'm like, oh, so it's a tax cut. Cool, great. Did they skip Super Nintendo and go directly to the N64? Yes. Because, and this is a really weird thing to express, and I wish we had a metric that could prove this, but I know it to be true in my heart. There is a stronger nostalgia for N64 than there is for Super Nintendo. I think the Genesis whipping ass like it did, kind of like, oof. Poor, oh, wow, Dan, Jesus Christ. I just whiffed the first jump and then I didn't get enough speed in order to do a long jump proper. Anyway, hello. But yeah, that's why so many Nintendo YouTubers for the longest time, like the ones who would just, I'm making another review, were so hugely nostalgic for N64 games. If you ask me, that's probably why. Because I feel like a lot of people grew up NES, Genesis, N64 for some reason. Something tells me Billy Mitchell will not be making an appearance. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Something tells me Billy Mitchell would not show up for a documentary right around now. Something tells me that dude's a little paranoid about how he's portrayed in video. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Good job, Dan. You're such a pro. How did you get so good at video games? Don't worry, chat. Maybe someday you, if you try hard enough, will be bad enough at video games like me and get to do it for a living. Oh, GameCube Quest will never happen. Like, that's even outside of the range of them pretending to care. Could you imagine, though? 60-year-old man going around the country for GameCube games. Most YouTubers are the younger millennials. I mean, yes, but like... One second, I'm heading the wrong way. Wait, no, I'm not. Yes, but like those same people grew up with the Super Nintendo, a lot of them. Like I grew up with the Super Nintendo. And unlike a lot of people, I kept playing that even when newer things came out. If I were to guess, okay, if I were to guess why this might be, it's because the N64 has... One, there's my theory I gave a second ago. Okay, and I legit believe that. But the N64 has worlds you live in, so the brains of these people who grew up on those genuinely might be like programmed to be like, that place is my childhood, right? Like, physically, I spent my childhood in this place, and I can always just boot it up and be back there. Like, that is legit how some people feel about it. Red coins and then what? What did I forget? Oh, right, duh. Duh! Fucking duh! Fucking duh. Now I finally get to go this way. Man, if you're not doing 100 coins in the red coins... Fuck! Okay, that was scary. Scrunt clearly caused that.
We are gonna check out the September lineup to see what else is on the way.
I'm metal, though. I should be invisible. Okay, Dan. Classic hazy maze cave problem. Which exit is the correct exit to get the start? You guys sure found those sounds. Good job. It's all spiff. First one is the incorrect one. It's the drippy one, right? Let's memorize it that way from now on. Is the drippy one the correct one? I like that my Mario... Yeah, so always do the drippy one, Dan. There we go. Yeah, that's great to not have to do the 8 red coins or the 100 coins there, because that sucks. Man, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. It's a shame Dire Docs is so slow. I don't think there are any stars... There are like 2 stars there I may want. Maybe. Oh, you guys don't have that button. Only I have that button. I have some new sounds that I was thinking about adding to my own soundboard, but not giving to you all. I can play that in a second here.
What's Mario like? Put in 3D.
Yeah, I'm not giving that one to you guys, Spiff. Not a chance. When's the Clown Hawk? Definitely by March 10th. By the way, I'm going to mention this again here for people who don't know. This Friday is going to be Sonic Adventure 2 with Sarah Linnea, and I am extremely excited for that stream. We're going to be using the original Dreamcast version, assuming I can find the controllers and everything else. I'm serious when I say I'm really hyped for that. This is going to be an Avenging My Youth because I've never actually beaten that game. I've never beaten the True Path. I've only done Good Guy and Bad Guy. And then I went, oh, this ending thing's hard. And then Kid Me went, well, trying a game sucks. Okay, bye. Guess I'll never know what's back here at the end of this game.
Here we go.
You stuck on the Knuckles part. I don't even know. I don't even know if that was the part I got stuck on. You know, I probably should have done that one last, so that way it's less time to get back in. Because there's like one or two others. Because there's the chests, which, of course, cake. And then there's the rings, which I'm going to mention the fun fact I mentioned. It's not that one, is it? It's this one, I think. I'm going to mention the fun fact, quote, fun fact, nightmare reality. More accurate. No, Dan, that is not the correct one. The hitbox on the rings is not aligned with the model correctly. There's a glitch with the game where it's actually turned off. So, if you know the exact, like, way it does it, you could predict it every time. But it will never be what the visuals represent, which is why sometimes you swim in front of the ring instead of through and it gives it to you. And other times you swim through the ring and it doesn't give it to you. You know, we have Rodea the Sky Soldier under our belts, so Blinks was like a piece of cake in comparison, it feels like. Because the ending boss in Rodea is so absolutely nuts. At least the difficulty ramped up slowly to that in Blinks, even if it was like, what is it, 8 worlds in, it spikes. At least it did it before the final battle. Rodea, it literally was just, the final battle's a nightmare. It's going to take you an hour straight. And it was. I looked it up. It was like 57 minutes straight of that final battle. Absolutely nuts. It's a real tragedy that Xbox doesn't have the correct version of Blinks on the fucking back compat. If I got Phil Spencer in a room, that would actually be the first thing I say to him. Because, you know, you tell him the important things. You get the message across. And then you start grilling him. Then you start roasting him. I still remember Eric melting. Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. That was a fucking nightmare. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. That is not quite close enough to make it in one lava bounce. Hey, get out of my way. You know, that isn't quite at all what I intended to do. He will then say, what the fuck is the Blinks? Yeah, probably. Also, I'll never not call him Blinks the cat. Like, in my head, that's the name of that game. I'm sorry he's a time sweeper, but more importantly, he's a fucking cat. Representation for us cats is important. So, to me, he's a cat first, a time sweeper second. Okay, let's turn that camera so this runs correctly. Oh my god. Two different people over the last week brought up something really funny where they're like, I was watching this cool video about a Phantasy Star game from back in the day, like one of the 3D ones. I think it was Universe 2 or Portable 2. I don't know. I don't know Phantasy Star. Anyway, both of these people were like, yeah, I was enjoying this retrospective, and then the guy harshly segued into talking about how you couldn't make games like that anymore because they're woke. These games went woke. And I'm like, man, that's a nightmare. I couldn't imagine watching a fucking video game retrospective and it just going into, yeah, the real reason you can't make games like this anymore isn't because of AAA game development. It's because they're woke. Hey, asshole. Stop spinning on a dime. Local man angry doesn't know why things are the way they are. Thank you. Ah, damn. Bye. Had the same reaction watching reviews for Nintendo Quest about one of them. One of them went on a tirade about the protagonist being a soy boy? Oh my god. Yeah, you got it. That's the problem with Nintendo Quests. It's that the guy's a soy boy. What in the fuck? Yep, Damone knows what I'm talking about. Why did I do this? I could have walked up. Oh. I could have done a cool jump up a thing and gotten to here directly from the other room I was in. Oh well. 24 stars to go. Let me just think about what those stars may be. The Vanishing Cap star isn't too out of the way. Like, it slows you down a little, but only a little, and it's an extra star, so kind of recommended. You had the Asmongold I am center left energy. That's weird, because I could have sworn, like, people told me after we covered the OTK Expo that Asmongold literally used to be a MAGA guy, and the only reason he stopped being that is because of January 6th, where he realized maybe that wasn't a good image. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. If I had known, we could have just not covered him. And that's the energy we basically all had upon learning that. Like, I thought that thing was actually going to be a real conference. Center left, go to hell. I do think it's funny, the phenomenon of people thinking they're a lot more center than they are for some reason. Is that because things got so extreme that anyone who thinks they don't want, like, is all that's required to not think you're right as opposed to centered is like, well, I don't want to kill trans people. I just want to legally make it so they can't live. Like, is that, so in your head, you're now center instead of right? Is that how that works in your fucking brain? I don't know, and I'm really fucking curious what does that, because you see it so prevalent, right? This idea of, like, I'm not nearly that far to the side, and then you ask, like, what they believe, and, you know. Those guys are insane. I'm not. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's real crazy, though. I wonder why the only fucking retrospective for Fantasy Star Universe 2 or whatever is like that. I know, I'm insane, so I simply don't talk about politics. That's a bit of a red flag there. I mean, I generally don't talk about politics, except for when it gets into stuff like that's fucking obvious. Like, hey, you know, trans people are people. Maybe they should have healthcare. Maybe they should have the same rights as people. What a fucking concept. What a fucking notion that people are people. The part of the reason I don't focus on politics isn't even I'm worried about people not liking me. Like, that's literally not the reason at all. I know some people who are like that. I would hate to turn off a user by expressing that I think people should live. It's more like our fucking time on this planet's pretty fucking short. Like, I think it's a shame that anyone should have to go into politics, like, instead of doing something more meaningful. So yeah, generally I don't focus on it because of that. Generally I don't focus on it because it's like, I would much rather focus on any number of things that matters to people more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you have to know what I'm saying, but maybe you don't. I feel like this wouldn't be that bad of stars to get. It's true. Being a politician isn't a real job. No, that's true. Streamers have more of a real job than politicians. Streamers at any level have to do something that's technically difficult or socially complicated at the same time. And politicians, all they have to do is suck ass and walk a line. That's not a real fucking job. Being a sycophant isn't a real job. It's a thing you do that might involve charisma the same way as being a streamer, but Jesus Christ. Anyway. But yeah, that's generally why I don't cover that shit. Then it's kind of like the wrestling thing. Like, one of the reasons we don't really talk about wrestling is because it felt like every fucking gaming podcast talks about wrestling. So, you know, the week Pal World came out, we didn't talk about Pal World because everyone was fucking talking about Pal World, and I thought it would be great for people to have a space where they didn't have to fucking... They could simply just not give a fucking shit about Pal World.
Here we go!
I am 1 star from the... It's fucking exhausting. I done fucked up, y'all. Oh, am I really doing this? If I fuck this up, this is gonna take forever. If I fuck this up. But yeah, and to clarify that point even further, it's that sometimes people want to get away from that sort of thing. Get away from the nightmarish, horrible... I didn't get that star? Are you serious? Realities of reality. So, you know. I get why I didn't get this star at first, but the fact I didn't get it is insane. Please, bird. Please. Are you fucking serious? He'll come around. Got him. Hey, Game Bun. Yeah, every day that ends with Y. Today's run is me trying to get through this game relatively fast. I say relatively because I'm no speedrunner. Like, look at this. We're 83 minutes in, technically. Oh no, Evil Lucario, that doesn't count. That wasn't a stream where I beat a game. The only comparisons that could be drawn is streams where I beat games, okay? That's all I'm allowing. That's the standard I'm holding myself up to. I wonder if there's going to be an Avenging My Youth that was shorter than this. That would be weird, but it's possible, you know? Vox joined for the Conquest of the Crystal Palace, I think. I don't think that was a solo. I'm pretty sure Vox was there as well. The Avenging My Youth for that. Dan. The Tails Orb is really good. It was pretty funny, though. Tosh and I went on a large shopping trip to get, like, a fuckload of curtain rods and shelving stuff, because I'm finally starting to treat the space I live in as, like, a long-term solution that should have investment to make it livable. So putting curtains on windows, which is already having massive benefits. Right now, I should be seeing my entire backyard in the reflection of my TV. But now I just see what's on the TV, and that's an incredible benefit. Dan. So anyway, we went on this large shopping trip. I had to drag in a really heavy shelving thing by myself. We didn't have a thing to help me carry it. And, like, for what I'm doing there, like, Tosh helping wouldn't really do much. I'm gonna stop talking for 1 second and get this fucking rabbit, because I cannot believe I've done this many times and missed. Okay, there. So anyway, we accidentally left the Tails orb in the car, so we just look at each other after a minute of being in the house or whatever. Where's the Tails orb? Where's the Torb? And then I was like, oh my god, we left him in the car. It was a real fucking Home Alone moment. Oh, wait. Fastest thing is for me to get into a level and just exit course. But yeah, I'm already thinking like, how can I hang him from the ceiling? This house has a real different vibe when there are fucking curtains left on the fucking windows. Man, it's gonna change even more when I put blackout curtains behind the TV, which is actually, I purchased those things necessary. I wish I took pictures. This house has, like, one, it had no curtains anywhere. Two, some of the blinds are like a little broken, but not really. It's not too bad. Yeah, let's go in high. And three, so there are curtain rods. However, there will be, the curtain rods holders. There are no curtain rods. I had to buy curtain rods for all of it. However, there's like one curtain rod holder in so many of these places. Like these motherfuckers ripped off the other one. It's insane. I don't know how all of these ended up like this. Also, this house used to be painted like a clown house. So, like, I have to, like, undo the curtain rod holder on the left and then put in a new one for this actually good curtain rod. Because I can't put anything in yet behind the TV because there's only one curtain rod holder. Okay. So the next easiest one here. How's it going, Tosh? Okay. Well, good luck. Ooh, scary bombing sounds. Okay, so if I do this correctly, okay, which I'm not saying I will. Oh, look at that! Oh, man. Friday stream and this stream, I did that pretty well. The in-between stream that I did not. But yeah, anyways, this house is really different. I'm now less concerned about the brightness of my OLED TV because I'm not seeing my fucking backyard in the reflection at all times. Okay. So there is some sort of trick here. You know what? Fuck it. I jumped in at the maximum height. Maybe I'll fuck that up the next time. Let's just do this instead. I got the invisibility cap. I'm a strong gamer. Let's do it. You guys ever think about how, like, a game of this complexity will basically never run poorly again, and that's pretty cool? Like, we're so capable of really great, amazing 3D graphics hardware that, like, you can make Mario 64, and it will guaranteedly run at 60 frames per second if you made your game right on a good engine. And that's pretty poggers. I know that's a weird thing to say, but I don't know. Making games during the 64-bit generation was really difficult. There are all sorts of complexities, hardware-wise and stuff. You know, there's a reason Quest 64 is the way it is. Not to give them an out or something. That's true. You can't make Mario 64 nowadays because gaming is so woke. Oh, look at these gamerly moves. I need to remember to do that more often going forward. That was real good. Good job, Dan. I feel like the 8 red coins in that area isn't that bad in the grand scheme of stars. Yeah, I heard Sony canceled that too, and I'm a little upset. Little upset, Sony. Little upset. I thought Helldivers would have taught you something, but apparently it didn't. Apparently you have rotted fucking brains. That's probably for the best, frankly. It's probably for the best. Because, and I don't mean, like, for the best for that game. I mean for the best for us. Because Jim Ryan's too smart to learn. Well, he's not in charge anymore. I'm pretty sure he's technically still in charge. It doesn't seem like it, though. It really doesn't seem like it. Anyway. I think he's still due to stay another month, isn't he? Isn't it next month is his last month? Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway. Yeah, it just... why? What is... Okay.
Gamer.
Thank you for the 10 gamer dollars. I'll see who that was in the middle of a transition point, because I'm trying to keep this a little fast. Not that it's going great, but, you know. Oh, man. Come on, man. Do the red coins. It will be fast, he said. So I ask him, is Red Coin Star bullshit or fun? He laughs. He says it's a good star. It's bullshit. Okay. Okay. If I die getting this star, that's gonna be really depressing. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, Dan. Gonna be real simple. Just do a long jump. See, was that hard? The answer is no. That was not that hard, Dan. Why did you make it that hard? No one made that difficult but you, Dan. I already got my coat on. Do you want to get the star or not? Anyway. Don't! Okay, do the jump. I hit A little late. Chat, I'm not going to blame the controller for the aid thing, though. Because that's not the controller's fault. That is absolutely a me thing. I hit it too late. However, I've been thinking I should replace the stick on this poor Atomic Purple N64 controller I've had since, like, 1998. And is my favorite controller, so of course it's had the shit beaten out of it. Okay. Not as fast as I was hoping. Not as fast as I was hoping. Now, the cool thing about the N64 era is you just see a little, some vague facsimile of a village or something, and you go, whoa. And that's it. That's as much as you process that. Let's see. That would be secrets and... What is the one I didn't get? One moment. The lift. Oh my god, I didn't get that one? Are you serious? Are you serious, me? No, I got that one. What? Oh, that lift. Okay. The elevator. When you said lift, I thought maybe horizontal. Even though the word lift means to, you know, bring upward. Anyway. Yeah, this one isn't bad unless you massively fuck it up. Entirely possible. That's on the table. That option is available to me as a gamer to completely fuck this up. Oh my god. What are we doing here?
Are we increasing the counter again?
No, you really shouldn't, Rado. You really shouldn't do that. Fun fact, you can't do a wall kick if you're in a corner, which can present problems like I just showed. Yeah, okay, I thought so. I thought that wouldn't quite reach. Okay, asshole. Come on. They know what they did here. They absolutely know what they did here. They made a video game. They made a video game. It's okay, we're at the top now. Man, iframe's pretty important, huh? Fucking chucksters. Okay. Don't fuck this up, Dan. Yay! I didn't fuck this up! Did they? Yeah, they did. They're like, it's hard, so that's good, right? It has the potential to stun lock you multiple times with dudes throwing you time after time. Were your headphones before that, like, earbuds? I'm trying to think of a reason you would have wireless headphones that wouldn't have bass. That's kind of depressing. Yeah, once I get curtains here, hot damn. The screen will be plenty bright. If anything, my two monitors may be too bright. My two little LCD monitors over here. I don't think I've heard wireless headphones that don't have bass. Yeah, that's been my experience too. If anything, they usually crank the bass up to cover up the other shitty aspects of the sound. That's been my experience. Man, gaming. You know, I keep sitting there thinking, one day I'll get proficient enough at the fucking cannon where I can just, like, shoot to that tree and then drop down and get the shit easily. Instead, for now, this. Whew, I thought I fucked that up for a second. Game. Because this stream is for me to see how quick a sort of quick playthrough of Mario 64 goes. This may be relevant information. Pertinent for streams in the future, perhaps. Let me see who that was, since I'm now at a screen transition that I can just mash through and I'm not actively thinking about what the next thing is, because I'm just going right back in. Did not have the activity feed up in a tab, and now that I do, it's still lying to me. It's not showing me the thing I want. And thank you, Shiny Mew, for the $10, and thank you, Rado, for the 20 gamer dollars. That is life-changing tech. The fact I didn't know about that for the longest time, crazy. My life could have been so different. Could have been so different. And Dan minimized the window. There we go. While also playing Mario 64. And they certainly should have had a visual there of the wind going in front of the penguin. Congrats, chat. We're now getting a different star. I shouldn't let myself get distracted like that. Like, I'm not even looking at chat, but it bugs me that it's not even visible to glance at.
Here we go!
Nintendo is suing Yuzu. Huh. Huh.
Let's go!
Yuzu has more money than Nintendo. They got this. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ah! Yeah, I'm trying to think, when's the last time one of the major companies sued, like actually sued a emulator company? Because I'm pretty sure, legally speaking, the precedence is that it's legal. Because of the Blimcast stuff. Did Nintendo do that a few years ago? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dam. Yippee. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I'm almost sad that this stream's about to end. At the same time, I haven't eaten food today, so... I should play Super Cream 64 again. Not right now, obviously. Maybe. Probably. But I should. Man, I like the vibes of this room a lot more now that I don't have the backyard constantly vision with the OLED. So it's almost like I should have solved that a long time ago. Instead of being some sort of clown man. No, I wouldn't rob Bob of a Shotgun Mario 64 stream. Yeah, I would assume that it does not come with that. You know what? Maybe you guys missed it on Friday. Maybe you missed it on the other stream. Let me show you a trick that I only found out really recently. Did you know you can just... The other times I actually made it look cheesier than it even needs to be. Did you know you can just crawl up this? You can just do this. This polygon is marked for crawlable. Wow. Ba-ba-da-bop. Ba-ba-da-bop. Oh, Yuzu has a Patreon. Anyway, you can do that. And then unlock the cannon. But the problem is the cannon's for chumps. So there's no reason to do this. I just enjoy showing that off. Oh, you should be, Big Nerd Sam. You should be. You should be very terrified if you're watching Nintendo Quest. You should be worried at all times. It was so funny watching that thing take over the fucking Discord like a wildfire. Just waves of people watching it, and you just see them go, oh, this is terrible. Haha, this is cringe. Oh my god, why? Okay. Now, I've come this way, which means I'm getting the waterfall one. I fuck that up, then I'm getting a different one. And that was always the plan. So what I'm hearing is maybe I should grab those emulators now. Maybe. Not that I really like emulators, especially. I have so few stars left. It just feels weird. This feels like such a short playthrough, being under 2 hours, you know? Da-da-ba. Wow. My name's Mario64, and I like slowly turning the camera. Is this making platforming hard for you, Uwu? And that's why using the cannon is for chumps. I actually did not firsthand see the Pokemon announcement. I just hear there's a Pokemon Legends ZA. Yeah, it's funny. During Big Think Dimension, I believe it was during... Yeah, it was during Big Think. Otherwise, I would have had a whole conversation about it. I said something about, like, it should be people's goals to get their subscriptions, like the amount of subscriptions they're paying at once, to be as low as possible. And, like, that it was bad. And then someone was like, haha, like, subscribing to you? And I really didn't want to go into my own extremely firm personal belief of, like, no, when you subscribe to GigaBoots, that's, like, 2 people, right? When you subscribe to the GigaBoots Podcast Network, that's 4 people. That money directly goes to people. I am a huge proponent of subscribing to, like, online content creators via Patreon. And to a mildly smaller extent, Twitch. But everyone's margins are getting better on Twitch, so, you know. Get those cute emotes. Everyone, he says. Everyone, he says. A large number of content creators on Twitch.tv are now getting better margins. Don't globalize it, though, Dan. You privileged shit. But yeah, no, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me to support other people like that. Like, the effect my early patronage had on Lazy Game Reviews, in my opinion, not, you know, theirs opinion, whatever, is massive, right? You think about, like, I can get a bottle of Coke twice, or I can be a patron of someone. One of those makes a life-changing impact. And I think now, finally, GigaBoots has hit the point where I've actually started to hit, you know, the sort of impact I feel like Lazy Game Reviews had years and years ago because of their success on YouTube and on Patreon and stuff. And that's why I believe so much in that, you know? That's why I have never paid for cable television, but I've been patrons to people as much as I could for as long as I can think of. That doesn't mean I, like, do it for literally everyone I like. I wish. And sometimes on Twitch and on Patreon, I do have to cut subs because, you know. Someday I will get proficient enough at this exact type of jump I need to do here, where I will consistently be able to do that on my first go. Exactly, Massimo. But yeah, I didn't want to derail Big Think into that because someone in the comment, or someone in chat was being cheeky and thought they were funnier than they were. You know, there's a good balance between chat said a thing that I know the comments will say and might be a way to misinterpret what we said. Maybe we should, you know, take a minor detour to say this, and that someone who's just being cheeky. I wish there was a word for cheeky but dumb. I feel like what I'm trying to express there makes sense, but I don't know that there is a word for that. Facetious? That implies they're aware. I guess they are aware. But then that implies that they don't think they're being right. Because if you're being facetious, you know what you said wasn't, like, smart. Socially inept, maybe. Maybe that's the... But yeah, so, like, you know, as much as I like talking to chat, and I really do, if you take that out of what I do, and what am I even doing, right? Listen, motherfucker, get in my goddamn hand. Cheeky but dumb. Oh wow. You can't get paid. Does Taco Bell still have a taco that's $1? Genuine question. Hey, Gamma Chris. I didn't even see you. Whoop. The angle of it, the fact it was low fidelity Mario and the scream while frozen in time was a perfect combination. Yeah, I thought this would be a nice short stream. We're almost done here. We only have 2 more stars to get. And for anyone who's like, Dan, that's more than 2 stars. It's more than 2 stars, Dan. You're wrong. But before I show you how you're wrong, let's go do a couple stars here. Yeah, that's well, the thing with that die is you gotta imagine Nintendo had some direction and more direction going forward with more concern than they did in Mario 64. I feel like he probably had a lot more freedom in his performance in Mario 64 than he would down the road. That's one of the cool things about 64-bit gaming, as they call it, which I like to call it the 5th generation of consoles because I'm a sane person who goes, the PlayStation 1 in no way is 64-bit. That is a 32-bit system. And guess what? Even though the PS2 is 128-bit, it's technically 32, motherfucker. Nobody's using 128-bit instruction. But yeah, that's you get a lot more performances that are interesting. It's a real shame that this level and the way it's designed means you want to never, ever come in here small. It is rarely a good plan to start via small. I'm trying to think of any circumstance in which it does make sense, like which star you want to start like that. I'm sure it exists, but I can't think of it. I wonder, we're going to try something, chat. Today's going to be the day. Here we go. Oh, it had some slowdown, so my A input came before I hit the ground there. 1 second. What? Okay, and then my momentum just died. Damn it. If I don't clip the wall there, if I can get that triple jump to go off. Oh my god, we almost got that. We were so close, chat. We were so close. Climbing this thing sucks. You know, Dan, you didn't have to do that one. You could have just gotten the one that's sitting on the top of the mountain. Oh yeah, I've seen that Mario 64 mod. I haven't played it. Generally speaking, we don't play a lot of mods. I think Super Cream 64 is one of the only mods we've ever played. Because it's so damn good. But the Mega Man X one is really funny. Yeah, I really should have gotten the one that's just like sitting in a box up here. I should like write out what are conceivably my optimal. Oh man, I'm getting my ass whipped. 1 second. What are my optimal 70 stars, right? Not like what does the internet think are the optimal 70 stars, but what is my optimal 70 stars? No, I haven't. So this is the last real star we're getting. Which is why I said, man, I really should have gotten that one that's just in the box on top of the mountain. That one's pretty cake. Oh yeah, and Totino's Mania. Those are like the 2 mods. Super Cream 64 is great, and I don't just say that because Dot and Voxandra are in it. I don't just say that because Jinkaria might be in it someday. Just maybe. Everyone needs to play Super Cream 64. I don't just say that because you can adopt a Pokemon from Pokemon Day's Adoption Center. Excelgor. Yeah. I think the mobility stuff in that is tight as hell. I really enjoyed it when I played it before any of those things I just said were in it. Excelgor, my beloved. And there we go. I bet you're all really sad to see this come to an end. Chat, we gotta talk. Left analog sticks on consoles, on controllers, should always be octogate. Because when you're moving in a game, you so often need to know what is directly up. For aiming? What? You're insane. You're insane. Listen. Moving directly forward is one of the most obviously important things you do in a video game. Aiming, though? You need granularity for aiming most things. But movement? No, you could just feel where that top edge is and then just move slightly to the side. Yeah, exactly. Use your brain. Use your brain and just actually think about it. It makes a lot of sense. for anyone who doesn't know what an octo gate is, that is where, like, look at the GameCube controller, look at the N64 controller. It's where it has the hard edges for the cardinal directions and semi-cardinal directions, I guess you would call it. Whoa! Reviving an ancient fighting game discourse. Yeah, it is funny that fighting games care as, you know, as much as they do about that, just because, like, it's funny to me because I think it makes sense for, like, a lot of games, but the fighting game people are the only people who've ever really considered it, I feel. That Nintendo, like, Zoomer nostalgia babies, like people who really love the GameCube. Meanwhile, I just think it's fucking, these are facts. Anyways. Ba 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 ba. You got a spray job.
He's real gay.
You have to wait till I throw him, chat. I know his reputation precedes him. I'm going to mention this again, as I do every time I beat this now. If you just hold up once you start spinning, he'll maintain speed. I'm only holding up right now. Save a life. Tell your local Mario 64 players this cool trick. If only someone could have told me. I could have saved so many N64 joysticks. Correct throw. Not enough momentum, though. A little bit more momentum. That would have worked. Yep, see? Do you see? Oh, shit. I'm at half health. I probably should have filled up before I jumped into that pipe, huh? The answer is yes. I cannot believe I'm gonna die at fucking Bowser. This has happened on a stream playthrough of Mario 64 before. How depressing. Oh, it was too early. Oh no. Chad, I ate at Quiznos the other day. I know I talked about this on Friday stream, I think. Oh, man. Either Fridays or the Mario 64. Chat, is this world record face? But yeah, there was a Quiznos in town. It's like at the outskirts, so I didn't go there until now because the one time we went there, they actually closed the store early. Oh shit! God damn it! It was pretty awful. Gonna be honest. Eating there only that once made me come to peace with their demise completely. Okay, we gotta get you thrown. Oh, man. I feel like I've played the Mr. version a little too much, and maybe I'm not used to slowdown. That and the 3D collection would both equally not have this slowdown. All right. The weirdest part about modern Quiznos is they ask if you want a combo. And the combo is either chips on the side or tots. And the tots are just, we have grocery store tater tots, frozen tater tots. 1 second. You gotta be fucking kidding. How am I doing this poorly? Man. Unreal. Unreal. That I would do this to myself. How could I do this to myself? And the tots are absolutely gross. Like, they're freezer burned. They're not cooked correctly. You can feel every square of potato inside. And then we asked for the deluxe tots, and they forgot to even put jalapenos on it. So it was like barely melted cheese, if even, on top. Bacon, and then they forgot my jalapenos. They remember Swift's jalapenos, but yeah, that was a... I've never paid for food that bad before. It was pretty impressive, if nothing else. Good job, Dan. Clearly, I'm just throwing this because I don't want the stream to end. Okay. Something is up. You can run all the way over here. Whatever, I'll take it. Is the Cheetza real? Is that out? Is that out and real? I know it's real, but is it out? Is that threat on our streets already? Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna check something. Rip to me, I guess. I can't believe I did it first throw every time on a Sunday or whatever, and now I can't even do it. That's pretty crazy. Which makes sense. I've said before that one of the main reasons, like, I don't recommend Mario 64 as much as you would think for someone who loves it as much as I do, is because throwing Bowser sucks. So about how much it sucks. I need the mod of Mario 64 that replaces the throwing Bowser sound with that. Naruhodo. Oh my god. I'm trying to move the throw earlier because I keep missing it by 1 notch too late. And then that's what happens. Again? Really? You don't want to, like, shoot flames or run? Might. No, there's... Oh, that would be too easy. I already got those. This ain't happening. Personalized version of Mario 64 just for Dan. Clearly, every Mario 64 comes personalized. Oh my god, now you throw it straight, Dan? Whoa! Ha! That was terrifying. Nah. Stop throwing it perfectly straight when we're off center. Stop that. Okay, Dan. Now, if you actually do that again and throw him directly up... Oh! This is a nightmare! This was such a lean run. Okay, Dan. You threw him straight up that many times in a row. Just do it one time! Yeah! Woof! Watch now, I'm gonna throw it perfectly straight up. I'm so tired of this. Do you think there's any human out there who actually really enjoys doing this part of the playthrough? Yeah, I did throw him because I was convinced that fire was going to land directly on me. Okay, Dan. Can you master this fight out? No, God no. It's about why I'll never speedrun. 2 hours, 6 minutes.
That's my Dan.
I can always count on you, Bob.
But Bob's not even here. It's just me. There's so many sounds! Why are there so many sounds?
Back to me. The sensation of killing. The doom and darkness. The dark streets. They're calling me.
Scored.
Calling me to the ultimate
What's
ring.
Mario like? Put in 3D.
Yippee!
He doesn't act anymore. He's on cruise control.
What's Mario like? Put in RPG.
Why is there so many sounds? That is not your mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to inform you that is not your mother. Okay, chat, here's the good news. Okay, now you're just making shit up. Here's the good news, chat. If I submitted this speedrun, I would be 1,113th. Ooh. So fast. So fast. How fast is that, Dan? That's so fast I would literally be on the last page of speedruns.com.
Mario! The power of the stars is restored to the castle.
Wow, look at that cutscene. Look at these graphs.
And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to.
Are you serious, Biff? Did it tag that for you? That's funny. It didn't tag that for me. It just looks like every other sound routine.
Here we go!
Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake. For Mario.
For Mario.
Mario!
Anyway.
What's Mario like? Put in 3D.
We did it. We beat Mario 64 again. You know, I'm just too curious. I want to full screen this cutscene.
He's real gay.
Yeah. Yeah, who are you even talking about? You talking about the eel? Oh, that actually cuts off the top. So the cutscene from earlier is a different aspect ratio from this even. Oh, okay. Foolish, Dan. Foolish. You should have known better. Gonna permanently leave the Nyan video games layout in Mario 64 optimized aspect ratio. No reason. No reason. Anyways, I hope you all had a great time hanging out for this little baby GigaBoots stream. I know it must have been really bizarre. I haven't eaten. So, I think I'm going to do that. I don't know if Tosh made any extra. I think she just made enough for her. I can have some? I can have some of the food. Hooray. Let's see who's live on Twitch. And then call Sony and ask for a refund on the $70 Like a Dragon 8. And then buy it from Amazon for $40. Let me make sure that deal's still up before I call them and do that. Oh, that deal isn't still up. Womp womp. Oh well, chat. It is what it is. It's at Best Buy too? Okay, well let me check if it's at Best Buy still. Because if it's at Best Buy still, let's see. Boop. No, it's not at Best Buy still. That was a limited time deal. Which I knew, but it was like, I can't call Sony because it's the weekend. What a fucking sentence. What a fucking sentence. Industry Giants customer service is closed because it's the weekend.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Anyway, let's see who's live on Twitch. We've got some people live on Twitch. Plenty of people are live on Twitch. You know what? We should go to another fitting stream. So, we're gonna do. One moment. One moment. Give me one moment. Digital Basic is playing Ocarina of Time. I'm not sure if you knew this. That is an N64 game. And I hear it's one of the best ones, possibly the best N64 game of all time. Maybe even the best game of all time. This is their second playthrough. So I'm sure they would appreciate it if you hung out, said hi, and I am going to go eat. So you all have a great day. We'll see you eventually. Perhaps for some wealths that are infinite.